Hello, hello. Ça va, on est bien. On est bien, on est bien. How you guys doing? Y'all all right? Y'all doing okay? Let's get this going, man. I got a bunch of stuff open here. Attends. C'est où le truc là? There we go. Here's the live stream. I found it. Wonderful. Wonderful. We got the live up on Rockfin. We got the live up on YouTube. 87 watching, but only 51 likes. You know what to do, man. You know what to do with the like button. Drone strike it. Throw a couple of shoes at it. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, man. You got to fight the algorithm. So, and I posted, by the way, on Patreon that we are live. I posted there that we are live as well. And I hope that the notifications are working. I hope that they're working on YouTube, because to this day I'm still getting people telling me that they're not even getting notifications for regular videos, let alone live videos. So I mean, you know, like, it's just, what are we supposed to do, man? What are we supposed to do? C'est des bâtards. All right, give me a second, man. I'm just trying to. There we go. I got a whole bunch of stuff getting ready for you. A whole bunch of stuff. Always exciting news, right? Okay, so what's that line again in Lord of the Rings? Gandalf arrives at the beginning. It's like a wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Exactly, bitch. Okay. Oh, Christ. It's just, you know. Do we really want to start with Neera Tanden? We want to start with her? Maybe we should start with like negative and then get considerably, progressively, no pun intended, worse. All right. Huh? What do you guys say? I'm glad to see that the notifications are working though. That's good. I'm glad to see that the notifications are working for some of you, at least. For some of you. Okay, hold on. I got a bunch of French rap playing in the background that I'm hoping is not bleeding into. You can't hear anything, right? Okay, we're good. Voila. Voila. Okay. You guys seem undecided whether you want the bad news, like the worst news, and first, or just bad news. This is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. You asked for it. You asked for it, man. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so, oh Christ, I got a lot of shit to say about this, man. I really do. So, oh God, I can't even stand looking at her. All right. Joe Biden has picked the one and only Neera Tanden to head the OMB, right? So you remember this cockroach, right? That's the thing with Neera Tanden. She's really a swamp creature, isn't she? It's kind of like, you know, she's like a Henry Kissinger or a John Bolton or a Hillary Clinton. Yes? Then, you know, you have a Neera Tanden. The same kind of beast. It's the same kind of cockroach. So this is breaking news from a few hours ago, right? President-elect Joe Biden on Sunday named 7 women to key communications roles in his incoming White House. His transition team says it's the first time in history that the positions will be filled entirely by women. Oh my God, here we go again, guys. Let's paint the bombers. Oh, isn't that great? Biden will also tap Neera Tanden to be director of the Office of Management and Budget. Wow. She will be the first woman of color to oversee the OMB. You know, that would be great if she wasn't a piece of shit, because we're going to go through her record, right? We're going to go through her record. And it is so long that we're not even going to cover all of it because it is so foul. I've tried to highlight, I've tried to highlight the shining moments from Neera Tanden. So, you know, not only was she, she still is, a close associate of Hillary Clinton's. Obviously, she's a faithful lapdog to Hillary, but she also used to. She's been in Washington for a long time, and she was heading this think tank, this Center for American Progress, right? I love all these. They all sound like CIA front names, you know, like Project for a New American Century. It's just weird, fucking abstract, pseudo-imperialist shit in the title. So yeah, she was heading that, and the crap that she did there, alone is stunning. So just to remind you very quickly, this is from BuzzFeed. You know, there was a time where she ousted a victim of sexual harassment in the workplace in front of everyone several times. I mean, you can't be doing that. What are you doing? Absolutely stunning, truly. And in another example, she punched Faiz Shakir. You know who Faiz Shakir is, right? Bernie Sanders' campaign manager. Well, he was working at Think Progress. Think Progress was this news website which was run by this CAP think tank, right? And look what she called it. She didn't say punching, right? She said, quote, "I didn't slug him, I pushed him." Yeah, you still shouldn't be pushing him. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Now, again, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I believe he was asking about Hillary Clinton's position on the Iraq War, which makes it even worse. But regardless, what are you doing? What are you doing? And of course, when she was, when Think Progress was still alive, because they killed it, right? They killed it, and it was one of the only places doing, green journalism, and so they were the staffers were told not to criticize or talk about certain topics, and one of those topics is Israel, of course, right? So they're taking money at this think tank from you name it. They're taking money from the United Arab Emirates, from Google, from everyone, and actually a lot of the sources we don't even know who they were taking money from, but the ones we do know, typical neoliberal slush fund. So of course, she intervenes and makes sure that, you're not allowed to criticize Israel. And she hosts a meeting with Netanyahu, Neera Tanden, right? This is back in 2015. So you have to consider this is during the Iran nuclear deal, right? And Netanyahu obviously hates the thing. And he was, politically speaking, at war with Obama. And so, this was some kind of attempt to rehabilitate him in front of progressives and Democrats, so that they bring him to the U.S., right? And she sits down with him. Center for American Progress hosts Netanyahu, as the leaked emails show group censored staff on Israel. There she is. Look at them. Oh, man. All right, we're getting to my favorite one. Are you ready for my favorite one? This is not even, we're not even there yet. Are you ready? Here's my favorite one. So I posted this on Twitter. Joe Biden appoints Neera Tanden, bloodthirsty imperialist thief who thinks Arab countries should pay the U.S. for invading them, to head the Office of Management and Budget. Villainous scum. So this email, if I'm not mistaken, these were leaked to The Intercept a few years ago, right? And Glenn, he wrote about this stuff. And this is the best one, this email, right? Look what she says here, Neera Tanden. We have a giant deficit. They have a lot of oil. She's talking about Libya. Look at the subject line. Should Libya pay us back? We have a giant deficit. They have a lot of oil. Most Americans would choose not to engage in the world because of that deficit. If we want to continue to engage in the world, gestures like having oil-rich countries partially pay us back doesn't seem crazy to me. Do we prefer cuts to Head Start or WIC or Medicaid? Because we live in deficit politics, and that's what is happening and will be happening even more. Wow. This bitch. Like, look how fucking shameless she is. And I want you to notice something. I don't know if many people notice this. The shit that she's saying here is so outrageous that not even a minute later, Faiz Shakir replies to her, and he's like, "Yo, you need to chill." Look at that. She sent this at 11:23, and Faiz answers her at 11:24. He's like, "I don't think it's fair that we create our own domestic problems and then ask other nations to pay for it." No shit. You see the adverse incentive problem here, right? If we think we can make money off an incursion, we'll do it. That's a serious policy, messaging, moral problem for our foreign policy, I think. Yeah, that's way more politely than I would have put it. You know, I think Neera Tanden can go and fuck herself, right? If she thinks that Arabs are going to pay to be invaded. I mean, who the fuck do you think you are, you imperialist piece of shit? Fuck you. Who do you think you are? I mean, look at this arrogance, this villainous shit that she is writing in an email. Like, she has no shame. It's not even just she's thinking of it, which is bad enough. No, she's like seriously suggesting this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, what is the difference between her and Dick Cheney? What is the difference between this woman and any neocon? Just pick one. And now she's going to head the OMB. I mean, you think you're going to push these people left? Right? That's what we heard? You fucking nuts. You're crazy. You got slave markets in Libya. That country is wrecked, is destroyed. Do they tell you anything about Libya in the news anymore? Do you hear a peep, a word about Libya? Remember back in the early days of the Arab Spring when it first started? Oh my God, the dictators, they have to be removed, right? They started the 2003 cycle all over again. Oh my God, we have to remove these dictators. Oh my God. And then 24/7 media coverage, right? Like, just like cheering on the invasion, cheering on the NATO bombing campaign, right? Oh, look, they got Gaddafi. And then Hillary Clinton is jumping for joy. Yeah, and now they don't tell you anything about what's happening there, that it's collapsed, that you have slavery, that you have the whole country with zero infrastructure crawling with terrorists. You got, Erdogan flying in, terrorists from Idlib. I mean, just wild west, but in the Middle East, right? Just chaos. One of the most prosperous countries in Africa. That's thanks to people like her. And she thinks that people in Libya should pay for that privilege to have their lives in their country plunged into chaos and destruction. I mean, this is psychotic, right? This is literally evil. Like that's not even an exaggeration. That's literally what it is. She's saying she wants to make money off of other people's suffering and create that suffering in the first place for absolutely no reason other than to make money. I mean, this is evil, pure evil. And you know it's bad when Bill Kristol is saying that she's a good choice. I mean, if you got his endorsement, yeah, you can be certain that you know she's a winner. By the way, here's some other crap that she said too, right? Do you think the US created genocide in Syria? Are you for real? No. You think? Huh? You think? Here's another one. On Syria, while I don't want to be the world's policeman, an unpoliced world is dangerous. The US may be the only adult in the room left. Dude, that is literally some neocon bullshit. Literally. This is literally what neocons believe. That America is a force for good in the world and it is necessary for America to intervene everywhere and take over everything. This is literally some neocon bullshit. This is what Donald Rumsfeld believes. This is what Dick Cheney believes. This is what Paul Wolfowitz believes. What the fuck? Do you see why I do not give a fuck that she is a woman of color when she wants to kill other women of color in my country? Do you understand this now? Yes? Do you see why that does not make a fucking difference now? Look at this. We got more of this, huh? Not a Libya expert, but wasn't Gaddafi behind terrorism of attacking Pan Am Flight 103 and killing Americans? Maybe we should be chanting for ouster. And then here's saying to liberal friends worried regarding Libya, is there a better reason for use of US power than to protect innocent civilians from slaughter by a madman? And then, of course, she goes on to admit in another tweet, this Libya thing is not really working out. I'm paraphrasing here, but it's very close to that. Why can't you people mind your fucking business? It's just really, you know. I'm trying not to lose my shit. How can you vote for this scum? How can you vote for this scum? And you got people that are shocked, like, oh my God, I can't believe that Biden is making all of these choices that are concerning, you know, like, oh, what the fuck did you expect, you smartass? What did you expect? I told you about this. We told you this was coming, man. Villainous scum. I mean, really, villainous scum. That is precisely what these people are. Villainous scum. Look at Cenk Uygur. Yeah, look what he said. Neera Tanden has been waiting for this appointment for 4 unending years now. All of her hard work inside the establishment paid off. And now she's in a power position to help direct world's largest resources. Now we're going to find out who she is, and so is she, rooting for her. You don't think that we already know who she is, Cenk? Huh? You don't think that we already know who she is, Cenk? You don't think that we already know? Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, she's gonna direct the world's largest resources to such humanitarian endeavors, isn't she, Cenk? You fucking tool. You fucking potato sack. You dumbass. And then they call themselves home of progressives. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm rooting for her. You're rooting for what? For whom? This is the kind of shit that you have to say when you advocate for neoliberals, right? In order to be able to sleep at night. They got to feed themselves this bullshit. Oh yeah, man, you know, we're going to find out who she is and we'll hold her feet to the fire. And, you know, this will be a true challenge and test of her character. And, you know, just it's jag-off time, you know. Let's ignore the truth. Let's ignore all the shit. No. It will be a test of her moral being. Yeah, okay, Cenk. You fucking meathead. rooting for her. I mean, could you imagine this phrase in any other context? Could you imagine someone saying, "Oh man, we better, I don't know, we better invade Russia because they have some oil. Let's just get the oil." And then you come along and say, "Okay, I'm rooting for that." What the fuck is wrong with you? What do you think? People in Libya are fucking ants? You think people in Syria are fucking ants? This is what you're rooting for? You're scum? By the way, I got my hands on an advanced copy of the OMB budget proposal. Are you ready? This has been drafted personally by Neera Tanden. Take a look. We have 50% drones and 50% of drones, but in pink. It's a celebration. We are so fucked. We are so screwed, man. But hey, remember, she's a woman of color, so it's okay, right? It doesn't matter that she wants to bomb other women of color and people of color and just invade the Middle East for oil. That's fine. Shh, be quiet. Be quiet. This is a diverse cabinet. You should be happy. Shut up. Unbelievable. I mean, this shit right here. I don't want to be the world's policeman. Yeah, well, guess what? No one asked you to be the world's policeman. Go and fuck yourself. Keep Syria out of your mouth, out of your sewer, your goddamn dirty, foul mouth. These people are scum, right? So if you haven't looked at the other videos I did about Blinken, who's going to be Biden's Secretary of State, you haven't looked at Avril Haines. She's going to, she's also another, sewer rat from DC. Go watch those videos to learn more about Biden's diverse, talented cabinet of neocon scum. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say. Fucking unreal, man. We got a super chat over here. By the way, just before I get to the super chats, we got 203 people watching. Look at that. But only 135 likes. So make sure that you hit the like button because of the algorithm, yada, yada, yada. You know the thing, as Joe Biden would say. Zencat, thank you for the super chat. Zencat says, I am a minority female and wouldn't care if there were never minority females in government again if they are like Neera. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone can blame you considering the fact that, these people wake up in the morning trying to find new ways how to bomb and invade Latin America and the Middle East. And, it's just like they're robots, all of them. What is the difference between Neera Tanden and, Donald Rumsfeld? I mean, seriously, like you just saw the shit that she says. You know how she thinks. And by the way, again, I just told you, we didn't get through her whole record. Like you will go and find so much shit about this woman. Like she wanted to cut Social Security. I mean, there's so much. Also, my esteemed colleague, Kevin Gostola, right? He covered the Chelsea Manning trial, the Julian Assange hearing. He was posting a bunch of stuff about her during the 2016 DNC platform committee about Medicare. I mean, there's too much. Like we're going to be here all fucking night. But, if Biden did want to go with the worst choice, I guess he could have picked Hillary, but just go for Hillary while you're at it. Why would you take a Hillary light? Just go for Hillary, man. Come on. Just take Hillary. By the way, I want you to pause for a second. I just want you to pause for a second. And I want you to think about how Barack Obama sat down and he picked Hillary fucking Clinton as his Secretary of State. Like this guy woke up and did that shit. What the fuck? And people call him a progressive. Like, I mean, you just can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. You really can't. Anyway, I will say one thing that I forgot to mention, because I mean, the head of the OMB, okay. So Neera Tanden becoming director of the OMB. It's not 100% confirmed because this is a job that requires Senate approval. Okay, so it's not like picking the director of the CIA, for example. For this, she needs to be confirmed by the Senate. All right. Now you have some people on the Republican side of the aisle who are strongly opposed to her because, you know, she's been very mean to them about not wearing masks. Oh my God, dear goodness. So, you know, it's not 100% sure that she gets it. However, I can guarantee you one thing. Bernie Sanders will hand his testicles to Neera Tanden on a silver platter. Okay, he will give her his fucking balls, and he'll ask if she'd like them hanged somewhere in her office or if she'd like them on her desk. She has trashed Bernie Sanders so much. I mean, not to mention that she punched his campaign manager before he was his campaign manager, right? Faiz Shakir. Before that, but nonetheless, she punched Faiz Shakir, and she trashed Bernie so much in 2016, in 2020. I mean, you know, doesn't matter. Bernie will just let everybody walk all over him. It doesn't matter. Yeah. When it comes to this kind of stuff at the end of the day, they're all playing on the same team, right? I mean, think about this logically. Like, if I were in his shoes, do you think I would let this bitch through? No, I would be like, fuck you. You're a war criminal. Get out of my face. You don't hand your testicles over on a silver platter after they treated you like that, right? On top of it, like, not to mention that her record is foul. But just personally speaking, like, she vilified him. Yeah? No, it doesn't matter. And not just Bernie, by the way. Like, she did this to all of his staff. I mean, you look at what she did to Breonna as well. Like, it's endless, the attacks, right? If Bernie's campaign had said or done the same things, the same kind of vicious things, you know what would have happened. I mean, we kept hearing about the Bernie bros online, like, and he still had to take responsibility for that. He had to take responsibility for Joe Rogan, like, all this stuff. But they can get away with the same kinds of attacks, and they'll just allow it, right? Bernie will allow it. Anyway, I'm expect no opposition from the Democrats. They will welcome her with open arms. You know it. And one of you is asking, why isn't AOC talking about this? I wonder why. You know, they're talking about Rahm Emanuel, for example, and this was with what was that? CNN, I think, where Jamal Bowman went on. I think it was CNN. Yeah, it was CNN. And you know how when he was mayor of Chicago, you covered up the murder of McDonald, right? So they cut him off. And then AOC on Twitter, she's talking about how, you know, it's concerning that you have a mayor who helped cover up a murder being floated as a potential pick. Yeah, sure. Okay. I that's an extremely valid point. I agree with you. In case you haven't noticed, though, the entire fucking cabinet is made up of people like that, right? I don't know if AOC knows this, but Joe Biden helped start the fucking war in Iraq. That's a lot of murders, not just covered up, but caused in the first place. So if you have a problem with murder, clearly you would object to that, right? Oh no, apparently it's like some murders and not others, right? You know, you can't win with these fucking people. They just zigzag every day. You don't know which direction they're going. There is no consistency whatsoever. It's bullshit. I mean, I don't even know how you can join that party in the first place. How can you even join a fucking cesspit like that in the first place? You should be fucking ashamed to have a D or an R next to your name. I mean, this is obscene that this is normalized. It really is. Anyway, man. That shit with Cenk is just hilarious. I'm really laughing at Cenk. I mean, look at this. What the fuck is this? What is this crap? This is hilarious, man. He would have said that. I can imagine him saying the same thing. I can imagine Cenk posting the exact same thing if, you know, Joe Biden picked Margaret Thatcher or, I don't know, Dick Cheney even. Oh, man, all of this hard work in the establishment. We're going to find out who they are. I'm rooting for them. You're what? You're what? You better fucking apologize is what you should do, you motherfucker. Anyway, I'm just, someone's got to point out the absurdity of this. This is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Especially with someone like Neera Tanden. I mean, she's like, what more do you need? Jesus Christ, what more do you need to get it through your head, man? Who are you kidding? Anyway, I'm just going to look over here because we have got... We've got a couple of super chats. Let me just read them to you. Mona, thank you for the post-it. I will check PayPal in a second. And Eat More Meek, no note attached, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And once again, we have 246 people watching, but only 183 likes. Make sure you have hit the like button for the algorithm because it helps. It is important. Anyway, man, I'm slouching in my chair. I need to sit up. So let's get down to the next article. Let's get down to the next story. I wish I got more videos of this, but you'll get the idea. So hold on, I'm just moving this out the way. Perfect. Okay. So in France, you've had huge protests the last couple of days, and I'm not talking about the Yellow Vest protests, but hold on, give me a second. I think it was muted. I'm going to start again. I think it was muted. I don't know, but in France, you've had huge, widespread protests throughout the country because of this new law that they're trying to pass, and also because of police brutality. Okay, so they're trying to get through Article 24 inside of global security law. And essentially what Article 24 does, I'll show it to you in a second, right? It's in French. And voilà, ça c'est proposition de loi relative à la sécurité globale. And this is the specific article, l'article 24. This one is very interesting, this little bit of text over here. Because what it says, it's essentially a crime to, film, to record the cops and post that stuff if it's done with the intent of hurting them physically or mentally. Think about that. And look what it says, the punishment est puni d'un an d'emprisonnement et de 45 000 euros. So 1 year in prison and 45,000 euros. Fine. You know what that means. That means they want you to stop recording the cops, right? And they were going to use this as a blanket excuse to stop journalists, to stop people exposing police brutality. And speaking of police brutality, just recently, and this was caught on tape, 4 cops, they beat the crap out of this man. Look at the footage. You can see he had a CCTV camera. This is inside of his studio, right? He's a producer, okay? Michel Zecler. 4 cops. And they beat the crap out of him. I'm not going to show you the video. It's way too gory, but like you need to watch this to understand. And of course, nothing happened to them. And he was presumed guilty until the video came out. Once again. Just like you see with police brutality everywhere else, especially against people of color. Like, if they can get away with it, if they can cover it up, they will. They will. I mean, just the first thing that I thought of when I saw this, I thought of Kenny Walker, right? Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. I mean, they killed his girlfriend and arrested him and tried to, implicate her in a drug ring and get away with that. And now they're trying to sue him. I mean, just insane. They don't know when to stop. And so, same thing here. If this video didn't come out, we already know how they would be twisting the story. They would be lying about it, covering it up. And I mean, they used racial slurs against him. It's brutal, man. So this was released on Loopsider. That's the outlet that published the video. Okay. And I mean, it's really harrowing stuff. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, obviously in this context, you can understand why this law, this Article 24, is an absolute, c'est du liberticide, as they're saying in France, right? It's it would be the death of liberty. And, France is, they take it very seriously, right? Liberté, égalité, fraternité, etc. Tous ces trucs. C'est bien important, oui. They even gave the US a Statue of Liberty, didn't they? So, just in general, honestly speaking, like there is a much stronger culture of protesting, of solidarity than I've seen in other places. And people, I think 133,000 people came out to protest, which is enormous. And here are some of the pictures. I tried to get more video, but there you go, man. And of course, a couple of cars burning. There have to be, otherwise it's not a Paris protest. S'il n'y a pas de bagnole qui brûle, c'est pas une vraie émeute. C'est comme ça. C'est comme ça. Here's some of the video as well. I don't know if you can hear anything, but and they're right to protest, man. They're right to protest because this is some authoritarian shit. I mean, it helped in a way, but not really. So I'll show you what happened. So a few hours ago, this is about 7-8 hours ago, you had an announcement from LRM, so Macron's party, that they're, hold on, I'll play it to you. I don't know if you can hear it though. I think the audio is missing for you, but there we go.
Nous allons donc proposer une nouvelle écriture complète de l'article 24. Trop de questions subsistent, alors même que jamais aucune réduction de la liberté de la presse et de la liberté des images ne peut être tolérée.
Okay, so what he's saying, they are going to completely, totally rewrite Article 24, and that there shouldn't be any doubt, surrounding the freedoms of the press. Hold on a second. No. You don't need to rewrite it. You need to withdraw it. Not rewrite it. No one asked you to rewrite it. Do you see? Vous voyez comment ils essaient de faire les petits malins? Do you see how they're still trying to be clever dicks and get away with it? Oh, we're going to rewrite it totally. No. Don't rewrite it. Get rid of that shit. Okay? This is absurd. Cops already have enough protection, okay, when doing their jobs. If they're caught committing acts of police brutality and then a journalist films them doing that or publishes it, or just a victim like Zecler, he posts a video of himself getting beaten up by the cops, right? Or anyone on the street is filming police brutality. You're going to come and put that person in jail or fine them because, it caused emotional distress to the cop. What? I mean, and this is true. You see this. Like one of the cops who killed Breonna Taylor in the US, he is suing her boyfriend, Kenny Walker, because it caused him emotional distress. You're not the victim here, but that's how they'll play it. I just gave you an example of that happening where cops try to play the victim after committing obscene injustices. This is a thing. This is a real culture of racism, of oppression. That's why this stuff is dangerous. And I mean, just, the law itself aside, I mean, Macron, every single second he's attacking the press because, he doesn't like the way they covered this or that, it's just, and then at the same time, it's like, mais on respecte la liberté de la presse, etc. We want to uphold press freedoms, but I'm still really mad at the press for doing it this way because I don't like it. Which one is it, man? You got to pick. This is not okay. And this half-assed measure, we're going to rewrite it. No, don't rewrite it. Get rid of it. Jartez cette merde. C'est du n'importe quoi, ça. Attends. I mean, do I need to say anything else? Do I need to say anything else? End of story. That's it. Get rid of this shit. Once again, man, you see there's a real culture in France about, protesting and taking this seriously, direct action. It's missing. It's missing in a lot of places where it's needed, right? I mean, 133,000 people out protesting, that's great, and I'm pretty sure they won't stop because this is half-assed. This is nonsense. It's a distraction. On va réécrire tout ça. On va totalement réécrire l'article 24. N'importe quoi. Mais jartez cette merde. Des conneries. So, more direct action always. And the only reason that they're backing away from it, because, it got through the first reading in l'Assemblée nationale, which is, the lower chamber of the parliament, and then it goes to the Senate, le Sénat. The only reason they're slightly backing away from it now is because of the protests, right? If people weren't out protesting, they would just go right ahead with it. And unfortunately, I mean, you look at the UK, just to draw a comparison here, or contrast rather, there's nothing about the spy cops bill, about the overseas operations bill. You take the average person on the street in the UK, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Never mind actually seeing protests, right? And this thing that happened with Michel Zecler, I mean, unbelievable. Seriously, really harrowing stuff. So if they think that they can pass these kinds of things to cover up police brutalities and repress journalism and promote this authoritarian nonsense, oh, you can't film cops anymore because it might cause us psychological distress or harm them or risk it. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. Ridiculous. We know these games. We know what that means. You can't even trust them to put on their own body cams half the time. And that's not even in France, I'm talking. Just like, in the US or the UK, you don't even know if they have them on. They could just come out and be like, oh, I forgot to turn it on, and then get away with covering up stuff. This is unacceptable. There needs to be accountability. Journalists need to be able to do their jobs. Members of the public need to be able to hold the public servants accountable. That's the whole point of a liberal democracy, right? It's that the government, the authorities, yes, the institutions that are meant to serve the people are transparent, that you can hold them accountable. That's the whole point. This runs contrary to that. Unacceptable. John, thank you for the super chat. John says, Glenn Greenwald gave you a shout out on Jimmy Dore. Yeah, that's really awesome. I appreciate that. I love Glenn. I love Jimmy. They're the best. Seriously. I got to get them both on the show. I've had Glenn on before. I need to get Glenn back on for sure and get Jimmy on as well. They rock. They really do. They're the best. Eat More Meek. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. I know people send a couple of super chats on PayPal. I just want to get through the articles first, and then I will get to them because there are lots of tabs open here. So y'all got to be a bit forgiving. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. I think it's better to do it that way anyway. Get through the news, and then we can have a little Q&A the last 15 hours or whatever. So let me just show you this over here. Right. Again, I mean, this is just... You can see the look of dismay on my face before I start any story because it's just, here we go again, more bullshit. Yeah, always. They don't quit, man. They don't quit. They don't know when to stop. I'm just getting these tabs ready for you. Wonderful. Here we are. So, Julian Assange, he's still in Belmarsh prison. We're about a month away now from getting the verdict for his extradition hearing. So January 4th, 10 a.m. And there's a COVID outbreak in Belmarsh prison now. Okay. I mean, you have to consider that Julian has always had a chronic lung condition, which puts him at higher risk regardless. But now, I mean, what they're doing is just absolutely ridiculous. So, I spoke with his mother very briefly, and she's also been posting about this, and his partner Stella also. And let me show you what's going on. So this is from Christine. This is his mother. She posted on Twitter that there's a COVID outbreak, and they've sent all of the positive cases to Julian's wing, which is insane. And over here, Stella, his partner, she posted. Sorry, I don't think you can see the window properly. I'm just going to move that. Give me 1 second. I'll make sure you can read it fully. There we go. So this is from Stella, from Julian's partner, and she said that day 9 of Julian being confined to cell 24/7, except for 20 minutes outside on Monday. So you guys remember when I was covering the hearing that Julian gets 23 hours of confinement in his cell in Belmarsh prison, and he's not even convicted of a crime. I mean, think about that. He's not even been extradited. He's already suffering in London. 23 hours a day, solitary confinement. Now it's 24. And you see that 20 minutes outside, that's an exception. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is insane. This is inhumane. As of 2 days ago, so remember, take into account, this is November 26th, okay? It's almost a week ago. As of 2 days ago, 56 people on Julian's house block tested positive for COVID, including staff. Including staff, man. I remember when I was outside the prison, they're just walking in and out without masks. I seen it myself. I saw the fucking guards. Like, I saw at least 5, 6 of them. They're not even wearing masks. I don't know what they're doing inside, but that shit can't be okay. His house block holds 168 prisoners. Several have been taken to hospital. That's how serious it is. Then this is from November 30th, okay? A few days later. So actually just yesterday, for me, I'm already on 1st of December, my time zone, okay? So it's still today technically for you guys. In shared cells where one prisoner tests positive and the other negative for COVID, the latter is not moved out of cell. It doesn't make sense. If there's no single cell to put the prisoner who tests negative, he should be placed in a shared cell with another negative prisoner. Exactly. I mean, I'm struggling to understand at this point whether this is intentional or I mean, how could this just be incompetence? It's too much. This is absurd what they're doing, risking people's lives like that. And, it's a mixture of issues. You don't just have the fact that he has a chronic lung condition and he's not able to leave his cell, no exercise, no fresh air, no sunlight. It's also the mental health. And these things add to each other, man. You have a statement here from Doctors for Assange. And once again, when I know there's a Doctors for Assange, I know there's a Lawyers for Assange, and I was just thinking about that because I covered the Lawyers for Assange letter, the latest one. And I was just thinking, like, look at how many associations and groups and organizations have formed around Julian Assange to defend him. Like, this shows it's so clear that what they're doing to this man is wrong. It's so clear. We shouldn't need this, and yet we do. And thankfully, there are lots of brave people out there, professionals from around the world who are defending him. So they released a statement here. This is from 22nd of November, okay? So they say it marks 12 months since doctors from around the world wrote to the UK Home Secretary, Patel, calling for an immediate end to the torture and medical neglect of Julian Assange. And just, again, keep in mind, the special rapporteur on torture, Meltzer, he visited Assange in prison with 2 physicians, right? So he's from the UN. Also, same thing. I mean, it's a year and a half now he's been in that prison. Since that time, Doctors for Assange has repeatedly cautioned that the documented abuse of Mr. Assange's human rights, including his detention in Belmarsh prison, is deleterious to his health and survival. Now, 1 year on, the torture and medical neglect of Mr. Assange not only continues unabated, but has intensified. And of course, you know, Home Office doesn't respond to any of this. So I'm going to link this below. Please go and read it, because, I mean, it cannot be overstated by medical professionals, people who visited Assange in the prison, people who've treated Assange. The guy's being tortured psychologically. He's being imprisoned. You know, it's damaging his physical health severely. And even before he was sent to Belmarsh prison, when he was still inside the Ecuadorian embassy, he couldn't get treatment for conditions that he needed to address, right? Which is, we heard that from the American doctor who testified in the hearing, right? I mean, there were several doctors and psychiatrists who testified on his behalf, right? You should go watch the videos I did, because I went into extreme detail about that. They all said the same thing. Like, I cannot overstate this enough. You cannot repeat this enough. It's just ridiculous at this point that we still have to address this. It's so patently obvious. This guy's a non-violent prisoner, not to mention that he's innocent. He shouldn't even be in jail in the first place. He does not need to be in Belmarsh prison, never mind having all of the COVID patients sent to his wing. I mean, this is ludicrous, truly. And you also had a statement, so not just from Doctors for Assange, you also had a statement from Reporters Without Borders. They're also calling again for him to be released, especially with this COVID outbreak. And by the way, Reporters Without Borders, they're one of the observers who had their access revoked from the hearing, right? So when I was going in, alongside me, you know, I had Rebecca, and, you know, why are we in the public gallery? The public gallery should not be for observers and journalists. It should be for the public. But this is what we had to resort to. Do you understand? Because of how limited they were trying to keep access to the trial. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. They're locking us out. So, Reporters Without Borders, they've of course called for him to be released. And I mean, I'm just disgusted, man. Like, I can't even imagine what that guy's going through. You know, without going into too much here, because I think you should go and watch the reports from the trial itself to get the full picture. But it needs to be stated, and it is in the letter from Doctors for Assange. Again, I will link it below. They talk about how his physical health is being affected and his mental health as well. You know, hallucinations, the fact that he has Asperger's syndrome. So the ADS diagnosis adds to the suicide risk from depression. You have a heightened risk of suicide, and that he doesn't need to be extradited for his life to be in danger, right? That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. As I keep saying, and I will keep repeating this, there's no way you can look at this persecution of Assange legally, morally, medically, ethically, nothing. There's no way you can look at this and not find gross injustices. None. There's not one goddamn way you can justify this shit. Not one. I mean, they let Al-Qaeda figures out of this fucking prison, out of Belmarsh prison on house arrest. You're going to let people from Al-Qaeda go and live comfortably at home, but a journalist, he has to stay in there during a pandemic. Are you fucking serious? You call that justice? That's bullshit. Unacceptable. I mean, really unacceptable. You have to consider that, once again, the only crime he committed in the UK, he skipped bail. He jumped bail. Yeah, you know why? Because you're trying to send him to a supermax in the US. Have you seen those pictures when he first took refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy? They had like an army of police outside as if he's like some armed terrorist. Insane. Insane. So he's already served his sentence for jumping bail, which is 50 weeks. He served it. Okay? And in a category A maximum security prison, no less. What? Man, if you were going to send everyone who jumps bail in the UK to a maximum security prison, you're going to run out of prison cells very fast. They only sent him there because he's a political prisoner. That's it. That's the only goddamn reason. So he's being kept on remand for the United States, just for Uncle Sam. That's it. That's the only reason. He's a political prisoner. And every 28 days, you know, they have this hearing where they decide, where a judge decides whether to let him go or extend his detention. And of course, you know, they just keep renewing it over and over. And he refused to attend the last one because of a risk of contracting COVID, right? Reasonably so. I mean, if the prison itself is a breeding ground, and even when they were bringing him out to the hearing, that was a risk as well. I'm angered by this. I really am. It's never ending. How every week, you know, there's like some new bullshit with this. Unacceptable. And yeah, let me just take a look over here. So Rhonda, thank you very much for the super chat. Rhonda says, this is just so sad. Hashtag free Julian Assange. It is. It's saddening and infuriating. And I mean, there's literally no one you can appeal to in this government. They're just all scum. I mean, the Home Secretary doesn't care. Goddamn Prime Minister, forget about it. The Foreign Secretary comes on Twitter and then posts, oh yeah, we care about journalists. And I'm following. Do you remember that with Dominic Raab? That was during the Assange trial, like literally while it was happening. He was posting on Twitter about respecting journalists. And I was like, what is wrong with you? You're 20 minutes away from Assange. Like, you goddamn hypocrite. They're the worst. Truly. I mean, it's unreal. Man. Hold on. I wanted to. I wanted to pull up this video for you, but it's not playing, I think. So, okay. Let me just see if I can get it from Twitter over here. Dude, that shit with Neera Tanden, honestly, I was just thinking that, you know, seven women in his communications team. If they think that's going to shield them from criticism, they're sorely mistaken, because I'm not going to shut up. Like I literally don't care. They're a war criminal scum, man. Every day just gets worse, right? You got Haynes and now Neera Tanden. Who knows who's next? I think someone on Twitter said, was Henry Kissinger unavailable? That's a good one. That's a good one, man. That's a really good one. I wouldn't be surprised if they put fucking Henry Kissinger in a cabinet. I would not be surprised at all. They should. You know what I was thinking, by the way? Hold on. I was thinking when we hit 1,000 members on Patreon, I will make a piñata that looks like Henry Kissinger. I will do it, man. You will see. I will get it done. We're gonna make a fucking piñata that looks like Henry Kissinger. Oh God. That'll be really fun. By the way, do you guys remember? Hold on, I gotta plug the show, right? But hold on, this thing over here, the meter. I'm gonna turn the thermometer into something else. I was thinking maybe an oil well or something, or one of those, you know, the pumps you see. That's what it should be. It should be an oil pump. The ones that you see at the refinery. That would be an excellent one. I'll get it done, man. Don't worry. I'll get it done. Anyway, our next goal, 350. When we get to 350, I'll change it. And of course, there'll be a new crab dance. So if you want to support the show, you already know, patreon.com/papichuliman. All the links are on the screen. And here are also the PayPal and CashApp, everything. And by the way, we got some donations on PayPal. I'm going to read them to you. So give me a second, just so I can pull them up if they will load. Because I can see they came, but it won't show me the text. Give me 1 second. We got one from Mona. She says, damn, motherfucker, thanks for the heads up. Are we going to have to listen to this bitch for the next 4 years? Which one? Which one? Me or Neera Tanden? Both, but hopefully not Neera Tanden. I don't know if I can do it. I'm so sick of this imperialist bullshit. I feel you, man. And I still love you. You're still the GOAT and the MVP. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Mona. But Mona's too modest, because she's actually the GOAT and the MVP. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. By the way, I will have an interview up this week on the website. But I think, I'll make a YouTube video so you guys know about it, because I'm not sure, like, if all of you follow on Twitter. So, I mean, if I'll post it on Twitter, you might not see it if you don't follow on Twitter. So I'll have to make a video anyway for it, because it's an email interview. But it's got something to do with Assange. That's all I'm gonna say. It's got something to do with Assange, sort of. You'll see, and it's really, really good, and I'm excited to share it with you. So there you go. Marissa, thank you so much for the donation. Marissa says, just saw the notification. Hope I didn't miss too much. I don't know when this came in, so I also hope you didn't miss too much, but don't worry. We're just getting started. Colin says, Habibi, Neera will get the nomination because the GOP love a villain they can fundraise off of. Isn't that why Pelosi and Mitch are still in power? Also, it's the holiday season. Why aren't you peddling your store? That's a good question, but that's also a great point about Neera. You know, they're supposedly angry at her because she called Mitch McConnell Moscow Mitch. That's like the shittiest name ever. Like that sounds something like I don't know, a child would come up with. It's not even a good nickname. It's just shit. Moscow Mitch, what's wrong with Moscow? Like what is wrong with you? Like, I mean, the whole premise behind Russiagate is xenophobic as shit, but like, it's not even that funny, man. It doesn't even sound good. I don't know. Anyway, Neera Tanden, by the way, if you go and look at her stuff about Syria, you know, she'll say, and this is like from 2017, whatever. If you ask her tomorrow morning, she'll say the same shit. You know, she'll say things like, oh yeah, Trump is catering to Putin in Russia. You know, like he's doing Putin's he's doing Putin's bidding or Russia's bidding in Syria. What? Do you know shit about shit? She got to be lying, man. I mean, I know she's dumb, but like, no, this is just, you know, no. What, Putin told you to go steal the oil in Syria? Really? He said that? Really? Really? You're sure? They cannot be this dumb. It's just nonsense. It's got to be nonsense. By the way, speaking of the store, that is a great point that Colin brought up. Thank you, Habibi, for reminding me to do that, because my ass is too focused on the politics, so I forget to do that. But the link, for those of you who are wondering, is store.richardmedhurst.com. See, it's very simple. Store.richardmedhurst.com. We got to make it maybe more catchy, like buy a Henry Kissinger pinata.richardmedhurst.com. I will do that. Mark my words. When we get to 1,000 members on Patreon, inshallah, whenever that is, I will make a goddamn pinata out of Henry Kissinger. That will be hilarious. That will be really fun. We got to decide what comes out of it. Well, that would be a surprise. Maybe it'll be cluster bombs. Shit. Maybe it'll be napalm. Oh, God. It's heavy, man. It's really heavy. Hold on. I'm just pulling this up for you. I'm just pulling this up. I hope you can see that. You should be able to see that now. Give me a second. Give it a second. It's like a dial-up modem. Come on, bitch. Load. It's not loading. Anyway, I gave you the link, so it'll be in the live chat. Don't worry, guys. We got this. And I think there's an alternate link for it. There's an alternate link for it. So let me just see. I forgot that it's December. I really did, man. I was looking at the day. I was like, shit, it's the 1st already? Damn, we got to get some Christmas decorations up, don't we? We really do. We really do. We got to get some, I think I had some. No, I did not have Christmas. Oh, okay, well, we got those lights, but, more colorful ones. Anyway, maybe we'll get the green screen to do it. So let me just read your super chats, guys. Let me just get through them. I don't want to keep everybody waiting. Hold on. So from Mona, and she says, I drove to UCLA today, and on one of the houses near had a sign on their garage said, "Democracy is back." Democracy is back. That's like when Biden the other day posted, "America is back." No, no, go away. No shit. No, we don't want that. No. Democracy is back. Yeah, my ass. That's like that's a battle cry in other countries, right? When people hear that shit, that means run. Okay? That's what that means. That's not soothing. That means the fucking drones are coming, man. That's what it means to us, right? That's what it means to us. So, I think we got another one from Shabnam, but there's no note attached, so thank you for that. And Claudia as well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I hope I got everybody. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, go ahead, shoot, man. Let's do a Q&A, whatever. David, thank you for the sticker. I really appreciate it. And hold on, I'm just gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about this one over here. So this is an article you should go read about Julian. This is from Hamad Al-Mazi, right? So again, one of my colleagues, I love saying that, it's so fancy. One of my esteemed colleagues at Bar, who covered the Assange hearing. And yeah, so it's good. It's, I gotta tell you something, man. This it's not a lot of places that are covering this to begin with, and we really need to get the word out. And it's a very small amount of journalists that actually want to cover this, which is shocking. But you've heard me rant about that a million times. I mean, this is going to go down as one of the biggest injustices and crimes in a so-called liberal democracy. I'm telling you, man, just the same way that you look at, for example, l'affaire Dreyfus, right? In France. uh, Socrates, or in English, Socrates, right? Same thing. I'm telling you, man. In history, in the future, they will look back on this, and that's what they will say about Julian Assange. Motherfucker, we're saying it right now. Okay, so I want motherfuckers who are listening in 2,000 years to hear that shit. We're saying it now, bitch. It's unjust. It's unfair. They're fucking him up, man. This is an attack on press freedoms. Do I make myself clear? Okay, this shit is not legit. This is bad. Stop it. Do not do this again. Stop it now. Okay, I'm saying that for the historical record. Make that fucking clear. They're not covering it on purpose. They're trying to cover it up. They're hiding it. Okay, there we go. But seriously, I'm not kidding. This is really something of the same proportion. That's my point. It's something of the same order of magnitude, and it's evident, isn't it? So, Barb for Kids, thank you for the super chat. Says thank you for everything you do. Must on Twitter. Glenn Greenwald goes off on your Tanden. I mean, I've seen some of his tweets, but like I've seen everybody going off on Neera Tanden. So I need to catch up. Maybe I missed some more of them, but it's been great. It's been I mean, I don't care what Republicans say. We know that they're gonna bash any pick, but the fact that Democrats, right, the progressives who told you to go vote for Biden, like Cenk, for example, and all the lesser of two evils people are now like sort of semi-shocked, like, oh, well, it's not the best pick, but she'll be fine. Fuck that, man. You need honest journalism and the truth. Like Jimmy Dore, Glenn will give it to you. Just straight, man. Like, this is bullshit. Fuck Neera Tanden. She's a war criminal. That's it. There's nothing else to say. You want to go and kid yourself and we'll see how she does. And, this will be a true test of herself. What are you smoking, man? Anyway. Kyle says, but we're going to be able to push Biden left, right? Oh, totally, dude. Yeah, you know it. Neera will come too. Of course, man. Of course. So Glenn said she's totally unqualified for this position. She's just a swamp creature. She's a deranged and dangerous person. I don't mean politically. I mean behaviorally. Yes. 100%. I mean, I don't know her personally. I think I know enough that I don't want to know her personally. But I mean, dude, we already went through the bullshit, right? Jesus. I mean, just again, I mean, this is the least like, they want you to focus on the fact that she's a woman of color and on the fact that Haynes, for example, she's a brown belt in judo, or that what's his name, Blinken, he was foreign policy advisor, now he's Secretary of State. He's, the guy who plays guitar. They want you to focus on this crap instead of the stuff that I just showed you, which is obscene. I mean, she ousted a sexual harassment victim in the office, and she's punching a journalist and then saying, countries should be invaded for oil. What the fuck, man? Like, what more do you need? Does she have to like stab someone? Apparently that would be fine too. I mean, I don't know. Dick Cheney shot his friend in the face, so, was vice president. So, since she's also a neocon, she probably get into, I don't know. No, but that's a great tweet by Glenn, of course. That wonderful. She really is a swamp creature. That's a good one. All right, guys. So hold on a second. Someone is asking me why my review of The Spy. Well, it's still up. I did not take that down. You need to look harder. It's still there. I'm pretty sure it's still there, man. I did it with my cousin. That was like a 40-minute video because he made me watch it. I sat down and I watched the whole thing, and it's I mean, watch the review. Watch the review. It's still there though. I did not take it down. Are you telling me YouTube took it down? Because then I will be pissed. I'll be very angry. But I need to bring on my cousin a bit more as well, right? I don't know if everybody here knows my cousin, but I had him on a few times, so you need to bring him on a bit more. hold on. There's dude, I cannot do this with 15,000 tabs. I cannot do this. There's too much open. There's just too much. I give up. Yeah, you guys know Roni. There you go. So Rebecca says, met Neera at my university once. Oh, she's a bitch in real life. Totally condescending when speaking to me and my friends when we were talking about our work for the Bernie campaign. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? You know, like if she was a bitch in real life, but she had genuinely like good policy positions, that would be half an issue. Unfortunately, she, as you know, as you just put it, or Glenn, she is in both domains a swamp creature. So, you know, where's the surprise? I mean, Christ, we knew this was coming, man. Like if they're gonna rehabilitate neocons and you know, it's like, how can you act surprised? You don't have the right to act surprised. If you told people to go vote for Joe Biden, or you voted for Joe Biden, you're coming here and acting surprised. Get out, man. Come on. Like, I've seen that. I'm not just talking about Cenk. I'm talking about, like, you know, a slew of people. This is absurd. You have no right to do that. Like, at least go and put your makeup on first. Okay. Go back and get your fucking clown makeup and then come back and do this shit. Not with, okay. You're not doing that. Act in front of us without the makeup. But yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that, Rebecca. I'm not surprised. Austin is asking me, do you think Kamala will assassinate Joe Biden? Nah, man. No, come on. She'll patiently wait. She'll patiently wait for her turn, right? David says Neera and Kamala have the same annoying voice. It's true. It's almost true. Like Neera Tanden has this really nasally fucking voice, which is why I spared you her voice. I spared you that suffering. I love you too much, guys. I couldn't do that to you. I was going to play the clip where she's talking about Social Security on C-SPAN from the Obama years. And I was like, nah, I can't listen to this shit. How can I make them listen to this shit? It's not happening. Rebecca got it. We did it, Joe. We did it. Oh, Gina, thank you for the super chat. This one's amazing. Watch Alyssa Milano be press secretary or some shit. Oh God. Oh, that's scary. That could actually happen, man. That is scary. I mean, this could go two ways. Like this could go two ways, man. They will either put Alyssa Milano, or they will, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm really trying to think of who's going to be press secretary. It's fucking frightening that you're right. You're like, you're, it's that bad. It's that bad. It's really that bad. That could actually be a reality. Fucking hell. I'm prepared for everything. Don't worry, man. I got this. I mean, she essentially was, you know, like, just considering her Twitter for the last couple of years. Yeah, in many ways. But that's the thing that's disgusting about Democrats, right? Is that they'll try to go and get all of these celebrities on their side, on their team, and they think that they can woo people with a bunch of celebrities. Yeah, well, how did that fucking work out in 2016? You remember you had Beyonce and Jay-Z and who else, man? I can't remember who else was stumping for Hillary, but, you know, that was pathetic. What does that have to do with policy? Like, why do they have to do this shit, man? I don't get that. I really don't. But I think, someone like Alyssa Milano, man, that's another level. Like, she believes that. Do you understand? She is a neoliberal. Like, there's no question about it, man. They love this shit. They love it, man. They love their privilege. They love how things are. They don't want anything to change. And they want to pretend that they're, they masquerade as being on the side of the people and being for women and, all of it. Yeah. She is a fucking actress after all, right? as most politicians are. Nique la politique, c'est que du crari. Vraiment. Hold on, I done not muted, but also blacked out myself by accident. Thank you, Mona, for the PayPal alert, because I did not get one and my phone is slow as shit. Here we go again. She caught me off guard. Mona is asking me to choose. I hate this. I hate this so much. Fuck, marry, kill. Mayo Pete? Kamala Harris? Neera Tanden. Motherfucker. I hate this so much. Oh shit. All right, look, man. Tanden, she's getting capped. Just for that shit that she said about Libya and Syria. Just for that alone, she's getting capped. Hypothetically speaking, right? Do not put me on a list. I'm probably on several lists already, for sure. But nonetheless. Shit is real, man. No, but in this hypothetical that Mona just posed, Tanden is getting capped. That's done, man. That's a done deal. There's no way out of it. Second of all, damn. I think I would not be able to stand, like, if I had to marry Kamala and listen to that voice the rest of my life. I cannot do that. I cannot stand that. So we're gonna have to roll in the sheets with Kamala and then marry Pete. I guess that's how we're gonna do this game, man. That's it. Wasn't Pete in the CIA? So he would probably have some interesting stories from that lovely imperialist adventure, right? Fucking horrible people, man. Seriously, what a bunch of bastards. But no, I'm not listening to Kamala for the rest of my life. No, I'm not doing that. Oh god. Yeah, hit it and quit it. Habibi. You know. Louise, thank you for the super chat. It says, oh god, Deborah Messing as the Secretary of Labor. Well, hold on a second. So just today, now it's yesterday because of my time zone, but Neera Tanden was one of Biden's new picks, right? So he also has a new Secretary of the Treasury. But we'll get to our full blown cabinet video later. But Deborah Messing, oh yeah, sure, man, just fucking lump in all of the Hollywood neoliberals. Just go for it. Do you remember when in 2008 they had this vote campaign for Obama? I'm pretty sure it was for Obama. I think it was more of kind of like, oh, get out the vote, but man. Go watch it. It's funny. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was there. DiCaprio was there. Borat was there. All of them. It's just lovely, man. So I have excellent news. My mouse has just died. My mouse has just died. So I can't touch anything anymore. That's it. It's over. The show's done, man. The show is done. Okay, but no, it's working now again. We're okay. I'm really excited to get my future pinata. I just thought of that earlier. I was like, shit, man, that would be whack. That would be wild. And I can't wait to give it a whack. But that's going to be for a while, in a while. Anyway, just just to remind you guys, definitely go and sign up on Rockfin, because Rockfin doesn't pull any of the bullshit like on YouTube. So I'm explaining this to you. I'm live streaming right now on YouTube and Rockfin, and then I put the videos on YouTube and Rockfin. Okay, and I'm not the only one. You have Jimmy Dore is on Rockfin now. Ron Placone, Graham Elwood, Nico, Convo Couch. I'm totally blanking, but like everybody's moving there, man, because you know the YouTube censorship is crap and unreliable. So, you know, best to have growth on both, right? So definitely rockfin.com/RichardMedhurst. You can make a free account just by hitting follow, and that's it. But if you hit subscribe, you hit the red button. It subscribes you to everybody's premium. So you'll get Jimmy's premium, Ron's, mine, everyone. It's like a all-in-one thing, okay? But regardless, just make a free account at the very least, just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be on the safe side of things, because I don't trust YouTube, and you know why. So there you go. I mean, it's bullshit in the first place. Like I'm trying to show you, for example, that police brutality earlier with Michel Zecler in France, and it's like, I mean, I want to play the video, but they're probably going to remove it, because when I did that video on Jacob Blake, I think, and they straight up took it down. Like it wasn't demonetized. They fucking removed it. So, I mean, how am I supposed to report on police brutality if I'm not allowed to show the fucking police brutality? What is that? Yes, I mean, it's unpleasant, but people need to fucking see it, because that's the point. What you want to just cover it up? How are you different from the fucking cops then? Like the cops would also very much like for people not to see what the fuck they're doing to people, you know? I mean, anyway, so like they're not even letting us fucking operate properly. So that's one thing. And so earlier I wasn't even sure if I should play the video. And I mean, it is, anyway, that's just, you know, one reason among many. Also the notifications and all this bullshit. So there you go. Alexa, thank you for the donation. She said you should live stream you making the piñata. Hey, I'll fucking do it. Like we'll have a 10-hour live stream, a project just building the goddamn thing. But I would also prefer you guys can't see what I'm gonna put inside of it. That has to remain a surprise, right? It has to, like by definition. But we will do that. That's my word. Word is bond, okay? We will do it, man. So, okay, I'm reading your comments. You guys think Lee Camp and Whitney Webb are also on Rockfin. See, it's good, man. It's good to see the platform growing. That's good. Anyway, guys, so just before I go, again, kind of remind you to sign up on Rockfin, and if you can afford to send a few bucks every month for the show to support independent journalism, please do. It goes a long way. Patreon.com/PapiChulaman. The links are all in the chat and the description. I really, really appreciate it very, very much. And I will also post a newsletter link, and man, there are so many links. So you got to catch up, man. You got to stay up to date. Very important interviews coming this week. You do not want to miss them. One of them is video. The other one is email. And they are both fantastic, and I'm very privileged and excited to share them with you. Truly, man, it's really a blessing to be able to do this stuff. So thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you. And I'm just going to check I didn't miss any more messages. All right, I think we're up to date. So, with that said, guys, thanks for tuning in. And we got one more from Emblem Fate saying you should try Oh, CC2. Should we real lefties call ourselves something else progressive? Progressive is so co-opted, they never do anything except push establishment. Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. I was actually thinking about that earlier because Neera Tanden, again, in her bio, she removed the word progressive. Yes, she did that shit. I mean, it was just for show anyway, so whatever. But she removed it and she put the word liberal instead. It's like, now now the mask comes off. I mean, she might as well just go ahead and put neocon. Like, be straight with us. Come on, man. Be straight up. Be upfront. Don't hide. Be yourself. Be yourself, Neera. You don't need to hide. You could just put neocon. We know who you are. We know. All right. You can just put neocon. We're fine. We're good. You know. That reminds me of what he's not. I don't think he's the first to say this. I'm pretty sure I've heard many people say this before, but I think it was about a year ago. Last year, you had the Syrian president Bashar al-Assad. He said he prefers Trump because not because of his policies, but because there's no filter, right? It's just straight up like straight up, we're here for the oil, we're taking the oil. There's no, we're here for democracy. Yeah, well, you know, Neera is just like Trump anyway, right? We're here for the oil, we should go for the oil. Same thing. Literally, I mean, that's not an exaggeration. You have Trump on multiple occasions saying, Iraq was a mistake, but you know, we should have taken the oil at least. No? Go to hell. And then the same thing about Libya. He said the same thing. And then about Syria also. I mean, literally no difference. They're all the same. Just scum. So these labels mean nothing. And just to answer your question, yeah, I do think the word progressive is a bit, how shall we put this out, boy? Stale. Like stale bread, right? Yeah, it's like stale bread. What does that mean? Progressive. I mean, if they're using it, now you gotta take something that they can't co-opt, that they won't co-opt. For example, communists. Just straight up go with that. Just call yourself a Marxist. They won't do it, man. Just go for something that they can't co-opt. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's all about the policies, right? You know. And you got to be careful too with the language, because they'll say things like, "Oh, healthcare is a human right." Yeah, but what they mean when they say that, it's like when they say we want people to have access to healthcare. Just like you have access to a Ferrari, you know, if you can buy one. They're just playing games. They're horrible. They're horrible. They really are. All right, guys. Peace out. Adios. Masanami. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't, and PayPal, all the stuff in the description. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you. Be good. Take care.